Hello, 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 everyone. How are you? Hope you're having a beautiful, beautiful day, and may peace be upon you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for watching my show. Yes, I can with me, your host, Dr. Izdihar Jamil. And today I have the beautiful, the inspirational, the person that, oh my God, just like triumphs through challenges and tribulation, Lana Ivanov, who is an
Hello,
aesthetic.
I'm so excited.
Hello.
Thank you for having me here. I'm so excited.
It's my pleasure. And Lana is an aesthetic business owner and consultant, and she is also the #1 international best-selling author of the book Corporate Dropouts. And Lana have been in business for over 20 years, if not mistaken, right, Lana? You built
Yes.
your spa, a very luxurious spa in the East Coast, from the ground up, building that way. So Lana, darling, come and say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody, and I'm so excited to be here and share incredible news and knowledge and all the exciting stuff.
Absolutely. And so Lana, today we're going to be talking, she and I, we're going to be talking about how aestheticians can build a luxurious spa from the ground up, because this is exactly what Lana did. She just doesn't have a spa, but she has a luxurious spa that takes care of high profile clients. So Lana, before we kind of dive into that, share a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Well, I immigrated to United States when I was just 18 years old. Now it's been for almost 25 years, and every single day I enjoy and grateful that I'm in this beautiful country with tons of opportunities. And I'm open-minded and I'm taking chances for new opportunities and helping people as well.
Absolutely.
So
That's beautiful.
yeah.
Lana, I was just wondering, what made you jump into this business? Has the beauty business something that's always intrigued you? Were you always interested in making people feel beautiful, or were you always interested in skincare? What made you kind of navigate to this niche? Because I know you're a nurse. You're a nurse. That's something that you still do
Yes.
part of your work. But what made you kind of jump into this beauty business?
Well, that's very interesting story, actually, I will tell.
Go ahead.
Aesthetics, how I become an esthetician. This is actually my third career. And it's final. My husband is like, are you done, or are you gonna go back to school for something else? And I'm like, no, I'm done. This is my passion. That's what I love. And that's what I do. Because when I came, well, I always loved aesthetics and beauty. I always take care of my skin. I love the skincare. But 20 years ago, I never really even think about it. Aesthetics was not popular at all. People have ideas that if you're gonna go get a facial, it's only for rich people. Once a year, go get relaxational, like, facial and stuff. That's all it was.
Like a treat, right? For your birthday, people go once a year for a treat.
Something like that. They didn't think it's a skin health, something that needs to be taken care of regularly. So after I went to college and took courses, learned how to speak English first. Then it was opportunity. All right, so what are you gonna do next? You need to get your career. And we usually thinking something like, all right, I need to become, a nurse, a lawyer, a doctor, something like, those kind of big careers. And so that's what I thought. And when I was working in a factory, and every Friday I would go pick up my paycheck, I was always so jealous of the office ladies. And like, oh my God, they look so beautiful. They have nice, clean clothes. They have a coffee on the table. They work on a computer, and I'm working in a very heavily, like a dirty settings, and only getting $7 an hour. So my dream was go to college and get a business degree so I can work in the corporate world. That's what I thought first.
Yes.
So a few years later, here I am. I got my business degree and I got hired in the business world. First couple years I did like it, and because it's something new, I'm learning, I'm wearing a nice suit, but it started kind of like catching up to me, and it's not as exciting as I thought it would be. But I didn't know what else I want to do. I'm like, so, well, what else can I do? I already went to school, I already got the degree.
Yes.
But another year went by and I'm just start, become more miserable in that negativity, and nobody's happy, everybody's on antidepressants. So I was like, I need to do something else with my life. That's when I decided to become a nurse, because nursing, I really love working with people hands-on.
Right.
And that's what came to my mind, that I will be working actually with people versus just sitting in a cubicle and spending the whole day on a computer doing who knows what,
Yes.
So that's what I did. I went back to school, 2 more years, have a baby in the middle of this process. It was very, very hard.
Yes.
Studying till you a doctor, you know how it is. Studying till like 3 o'clock in the morning and trying to go by. So I graduated with the highest GPA in my class. I was so excited. Here I am, got hired at the biggest hospital in Springfield, and I loved it. I love being a nurse. I was there for 5 years, and I started working for private office. And the private office started expanding and opening more offices, more kind of like different fields. Start doing injectables like Botox and fillers, and start doing a little bit of this. And when I got exposed to this, I was like, oh my God, what, like, that's like my thing, I loved it always. But I never see me actually doing this. I was just, I was going getting facials, but I never really imagined me doing it.
Right.
So here is the crazy story. One night, Friday night, I go to my lady. She was a Russian lady, older, and she was doing facials. So once a month, and I would get my facials. So that's like a regular Friday night. I am in her bed and I'm getting facial done, and she's complaining to me that she's getting older and her hands hurt, and she's trying to find somebody who she's gonna sell her little spa, and on and on and on. And I was just so tired listening to her, and I'm like, maybe I should just buy it from you. I just said it, like literally just throw it in there.
Right.
And then she's like, oh my God, Lana, you know what? I can see you doing this. You will be so perfect doing this. And I was like, no. I already have 2 colleges. I'm working. I developed allergy to go back to school now. I can't even think about it changing again and start again. But she keeps talking to me and start giving me all these opportunities, how I'm going to work with skin and do this and make people beautiful and take care of my own skin. That idea start popping up in my head,
Yes, she planted a seed, didn't she?
Yeah.
She planted a seed into that. You had a gut feeling, but she also
oh my God. I left home that night and I couldn't fall asleep. I was just sitting and thinking, and I'm like, oh my God, maybe, just maybe, that would be amazing opportunity. I got so much excitement and like butterflies in my stomach. I didn't know nothing about this industry. I just knew I loved it. That's all I knew. So on Saturday morning, I woke up, I make like a huge hole in my husband's brain. I want to become an esthetician. And he was like, you want to become who? Are you crazy? Like, you already working and stuff. What do you mean? And I'm like, yeah, I think that's what I want to do. So we talk about on Saturday, and I force him to go and let's go and check, talk to this lady, like, let's go check. So on Sunday, we went and we checked and we talked more and more. And guess what? On Monday, we met at the city hall and we bought the business in
Oh
4
my
days.
God. That is crazy.
If I would think about it one more day, I would start thinking about possibilities and negativities and how much it costs and like what ifs, and that would kill my idea. But in that excitement moment, I just jump into that, and I was like, what's the worst case scenario can happen? If I don't like it or something doesn't work, I can always go back to the hospital and continue to work. So, but I want to take that chance. So, and I really trust it, and just something tells me this is something mine, like really mine. So but I have to go back to work and give him 2 weeks notice that I am leaving. So I went back to work, and I'm telling my manager that I'm giving you 2 weeks notice, I'm leaving. And she's like, what do you mean? Where are you going? And I said, I just opened my own business. And she's like, since when? I'm like, since this morning. Like, are you crazy? I'm like, probably, but I'm gonna trust it. And you know, and with the business lady that sold me the business, we agreed that she will stay with me until I have to go back to school and get my license, because I don't even have a license. So she was with me for 6 months until I got everything together. And then when I was fully ready to take it over, she left me, and that's how I started my spa business.
Oh my God, what a thing. And then one thing that hooked me in was that you said, you know what, I just took a chance. This opportunity, you just took a chance. Something was already bubbling up, and for whatever reason that lady just blurted things out to you, right? Like everything that, you know, her hands were hurting, she wants to retire and everything. And then you had that feeling coming up, and then you know, like you said, you had butterflies that night. And more often than not, you know, that is kind of indication or something that this could be it. This could be the right thing. You're getting excited about it. It's kind of like when you fall in love or when you love someone, right? You have that feeling, that excitement. You said, I'm just going to take a chance.
I felt that passion, because other jobs, I was thinking more practically. That's the good job. That's gonna pay well.
The insurance and everything,
and my retirement, and that's what the good thing to do. You know, people think practically, but when people get inspired, actually with the passion, you don't think about these things. It comes with it. If you know, but it is a lot of work. But however, that's the passion that was born like a beautiful flower. And if I would think more about it, that's when people start overthinking too much. And you know, you can kill your idea yourself in a moment of fear. Of course, there will be some, you know, struggles and problems and financial investments. But however, if that's what you really do, if you really love this, you will make it work, you know, so.
Yes, absolutely. And that's the thing, isn't it? People sometimes overthink it too much, that it stops them from doing something else. And we're not saying don't do your due diligence. You still have to do your due diligence and numbers, but something that is something way beyond logic, that the gut feeling. I think like all the great people, all the leaders, they have that. If they were just to act just on paper, for example, they want to go to the moon. One of the president wants to go to the moon. If he just acts on paper, oh, we haven't done this, it's not possible, it's not possible, nobody would have gone to the moon. But he's like, he could see the bigger picture, just like you don't know what it was, but you had that feeling. And I want to tie that in to kind of like, you now have the opportunity to help other estheticians, because you built it, you took over from the lady, but you take it to the next level because you created a luxurious pampering experience for women. So tell us, like the listeners that are listening, what made you shift it? Was it already a luxurious kind of setting, and then you step it, or you grew? That's your brand, that's your vision that you grow into.
So what happened is I went through a really long road to get there. It's not happening overnight, especially with service, like with jobs like esthetician, nail technician, hairdresser. That's the business depend on client base. And in the beginning, a lot of estheticians think, I'm gonna go to school and get my license, and here I am, I'm gonna start working, which that's what I thought myself too. I remember those days, that's what I thought.
And that's what you needed that day, right? That's what you needed during that time to get started and build your fundamentals.
Anybody can start it. Anybody can start it. But the problem is, not many people can actually succeed and grow the business to the next level, because that's when it comes creativity, a discipline, consistency, and beside having a license for an esthetician, I have to wear many hats, and I have to become a business woman. Otherwise, there is 50% of spas closed within 2 years, because estheticians don't take that responsibility how to run the business, and it's difficult to start, you know, like how to build. So when I start my business and I bought that small spa from this woman, I start see the reality of it, because I didn't have any clients. I only have some of my friends and family, and they would come and just mostly would take more advantage of me, like, oh, practice on me, and you know, so that's just usually how it is. So months go by, some months would be okay, couple months I didn't have any money, and I didn't have much clients, so I was so shy and kind of embarrassed to ask my husband to help me now with the business. So I actually went to pawn shop to sell my jewelry to pay rent. That's how it was in the beginning. It was very hard. Plus, right after school, I only knew how to provide basic facials. I start learning ingredients base of the products, how to provide like some of the chemical peels, but it's just the beginning. Some are mostly basics. And I start realize to provide more like luxury services or advanced services, I have to invest in me, because otherwise, I don't know how to do like amazing facials. I only knew how to provide basic facials. So and I didn't know things like, it's such an important part where your spa located. Location is the key. How to build a client's relationship, it's the key. Make sure you sell your products. I was feeling sort of guilty and shy. I was like, I'm not a salesperson. If I'm gonna start be pushy, what if they don't like me? What if they never come back? So, and within a year, I was so beat up that I decided to close my business and thinking go back to the hospital.
Right, that is interesting. So you actually had a moment where, like, because the thing with spa, Lana, you have to pay rent, right? You have like a brick and mortar kind of obligation. If a lot of times, if you're virtual, if you're online, you don't have that cost. But with you, brick and mortar, no matter what happens, no matter how many people come through the door, you have to pay the rent, you have to pay the insurance, the electricity, like all that, no matter what is going to happen. So you kind of had all those up and downs. You know, you didn't have many people, the products, you were shy about it. So did you actually close that little business after a year, or you kind of like resuscitated it back?
I did close it, and I did close it because I was thinking, well, I tried, it's really hard, but before I'm gonna spend more money, because I invested so much money into already to this, but it's not really working. And in my head, I was like, I already spent so much money, and I don't want to go back and do more. Might as well go back to the hospital and just put this behind me. So that was my thinking. So I closed the door, and I was home for almost 2 months. and just doing some research. I start applying back to the hospitals, and my husband start talking to me, and he's like, honey, you already put so much time and energy, and I see that you love this. Like maybe, just maybe, how other people do, maybe research a little bit, maybe different location, like something, let's
something different.
Yes, and my mom was the same thing. She was like, all right, well, that's the try, that's what the first bomb, but we don't give up. Like, we not the family that's gonna give up. So and I really love doing this, but I didn't realize how hard it would be actually run the business. But after a couple months, I put myself together and I decided to reopen it. I did so many research, and I found a nice, cute location in town next to us, like where mostly high-end clients live, and they do love those kind of services. And I opened a location there, and I started again. So that year was already much, much better. And I learned from my previous mistakes or something that didn't work, and I took that and I start switching it around, and I start moving forward. I literally dip into what needs to be done, and it start building up already much, much better.
Right, that's interesting. I wanted to quickly check in with you what you experienced in the first year of business. Would you say that is something that is common, that is happening with other estheticians, that they're kind of like struggling and living by, oh my God, first, like, where am I going to get the money from? Is that kind of like
that's
that common experience?
That's why now, for the past couple years, when I developed my skincare line in 2018, we start promoting our skincare line to spas, dermatologists, plastic surgeons.
Right.
And when I would get to the office and start training estheticians how to provide high-end, like really advanced facials, they start asking me questions like more about the business. How did you, start it? How did you build the clients? What systems do you run? What do you do in the situations when you have a complicated client? And questions start popping up. So after a while, I was like sitting and thinking, I'm like, you know what? That is a really need for estheticians to grow, because I've done it. I've been there. I experienced every little bit of it myself. And now I have a award-winning spa business, the best in town. And I would love to train estheticians so they make less mistakes than I did. And they get to the, success part faster with help, because I wish so much that I have a person beside me, like myself, like a business coach, like someone to actually guide me, who knew already what's going on. But I was asking my friends and family questions like, what do you think? How do I do? Do you like it? What do you think of my business? And they would be like, yes, Lana, you're doing great. Just keep going. But then I realized I'm asking questions to the wrong people. They have no idea, nothing about the spa business, how to run it, what to do. But it comes with the experience. So, and like now, I think before I didn't even know there's coaching exists or business consulting exists years ago. Now it's much more efficient and available. And I wish more people would actually take that chance and, ask for help. Yes, but a lot of people have that ego, like, oh, I don't need help. I know what I'm doing. Or they don't realize that they actually do need coaching. And people that take my advice and hire me as a coach, they get to the success part much, much faster. Like, within 3 to 6 months, they already have they already see it financially and physically and emotionally, what, you know, their business get rejuvenation, and they become more happy without just working every day for that dollar to pay rent. And there is a lot of mindset behind the successful business. And of course, as people, we have to self-develop ourselves to become that person and take the leap of faith that something's better out there waiting for them. So
absolutely, that taking chances,
taking chances.
Faith. And you know, like there's so many things that you learn. For example, the sales part, right? Selling your own product. Before you're like, you know what? I don't want to be too pushy. I don't want to be this. That is kind of like a mindset or blueprint kind of thing that that you have, and you're kind of probably in the mindset, or many of the listeners are like, you know what, if they like it, they're just gonna buy it.
Yes.
But you know, sometimes people just need like some nurturing. Hey, you know, coming from the place of service. Yes.
Yeah, people have that imposter syndrome. So, and many estheticians, they have skincare, or some of them, they don't even have a skincare for people to buy to go home with for the home regimen. So
right, so like you go to the spa and then you take care of you give them the best experience, and then when they go home, you give them like a little sample, or take, you know, a couple of items so that they can have some maintenance.
Yes. If it's a new client and they would like to try, we send them home with the trial sizes. But mostly now, my clients go home and they know what to do. So they ask me, Lana, what should I do? What should I wash my face with? What should I, what's the serum? I have breakouts, I have oily skin, I have super dry skin, I have wrinkles, whatever case could be. This is my main responsibility, to educate my client and make sure she does a proper home care, because if she doesn't have that, then she's not going to have results. And when she comes back next time to see me, it will be my fault that she doesn't get results. So that's what I teach the estheticians. Put away all these insecurities and imposter syndrome and feeling guilty and feeling bad that you have to sell them stuff. I don't like to use word selling. I'm not selling, I'm educating my clients, and I'm providing them with the home care that I know exactly what ingredients they use, what results they're gonna get. And my clients are super happy, and they come back to me and be like, Lana, thank you so much. I love my skin. I already have results. But if you as an esthetician, you don't educate them and you don't provide this, clients will go somewhere else. They will still go to CVS, Sephora, Ulta, whatever case be, but people still use products. And if they don't use quality products because they just don't know proper skincare, and we as a woman, we do like shiny bottles and everything says on them, and we start experimenting, you know. And sometimes when people use wrong products, it's actually hurting their skin, become more sensitive, become clogging pores, and or simply don't see results. So
yeah, so that is key, isn't it? Like kind of like you take them on experience, your clients. That's how you build your business. Number one, you mentioned, you know, has to have the location. That is really important. The niche, what service you're providing, whether it's like basic facial or the high-end facial. I want to quickly ask you, Lana, before we wrap up, what was the turning point in you developing? So Lana has her own skincare line called Vonavi. So what was the turning point that you like, you know what, I'm going to create my own skincare? Because that's a whole new level, because that's chemistry. You got to know what ingredient works together. You got to know a good lab that's going to be able to produce it to a certain standards. So what was the turning point? You kind of like, you know, oh, I'm not going to use La Mer or La Pierre or whatever it is, but I'm actually going to develop my own. And was it like a step up, or was it came from your own need?
A little bit together, because after 10 years, I ended up working with 13 skincare lines, professional skincare lines.
Like, and that's a lot.
I do a lot of education and research on ingredients, the potency, how it works, what does it do to the skin. So, and in 2018, I met amazing people and have an opportunity to actually create my own. So when I started working with the chemist, to developing a purity, the standard, like you said, specific technology, how it's actually saving the pure ingredients that it's activating and penetrating into the cells. And with that, I know exactly what my client use, and I have 100% certainty that they will see incredible results. And with my skincare line, I develop my own facial protocols where I use specific products when I work in a back room for the facials. And when I do those facials, it's different. They don't teach you that in school. They don't teach you that in advanced classes somewhere. This is my own protocols. This is my own facials. They work incredible. I've been doing this for many years. I have proof on my clients, and now I would like to share these amazing treatments and protocols and products with other estheticians so they can advance their career, they can expand their business and be financially successfully free as well while enjoying do what they love to do.
That's so exciting, Lana. It's the growth that I see when you first started, and then have the guts and the courage. You know what? This is scary. I've done it before. It
was
work.
Very scary.
And then coming back again, thank God for your husband for that, his wisdom, right? You know what? You're so passionate about it. I've never seen you so happy and so into this. Just try something different. And that is the key, because if you do the same thing over and over again, you're going to get similar results.
Consistency and discipline, and be open-minded and be coachable, teachable, and develop yourself. And when you open for this, it comes, it comes just, so it works.
Absolutely. And then now you're taking it to the next level, like you said, because you have this other spa, this other estheticians in your town, in the town around you, or wherever they are, that's coming to like, Lana, how do I do this? They may be good at what, the skincare type, but like you said, you have to be a business owner. You have to think about sales. You have to think about marketing. What if you can't work for that day for whatever reason? Like, do you have to close shop, or do you have to, who's in your...
There's a lot of detail comes in this. And because I've done it multiple times, I have an amazing team, 6 people in there. We have a doctor on staff. We have nurses, estheticians, nail technicians, body contouring specialists, and I've done it. So now I love to teach other estheticians and some business owners, not just solo estheticians. We coach medical spas, dermatologists, beauty spas, or how to take it to the next level and get that success much faster. Because you can get the feeling of burnout really quick, because to be successful in a spa, it comes with a lot of inventory expenses, bills, and insurances, and of course it's drown you, and that can affect your passion in that. But to stay inspired and motivated, there is the keys to those things that it actually works, and that I teach my beautiful ladies to do that.
That is beautiful. And as a result, you've got clients coming to you over and over again. I think when we met before, you mentioned that you don't take in walk-in clients now.
No, because my procedure takes from an hour to 90 minutes, and I'm booking now, what is it now, end of the July and August. So I'm booking personally 6-7 months in advance. When my clients leave, they have appointments pre-booked a year in advance, like either it's monthly or 6 weeks or 8 weeks. Everybody have their own schedule. So, and before, when I had clients only come in once a week, maybe 2 clients, and I would open my book and I don't have anybody.
It's empty.
Oh my God, what did I do? So sometimes I remind myself, Lana, see where you were, and now you have clients booked. I take from like 10 to 15 clients every single day. I work many hours and I love what I do. But I have to, again, train myself to separate it, have boundaries from my business and mom. I have 3 kids and my husband, and make sure I am home on certain times. So some boundaries and, regulate my life comes with it as well. Some challenges and some sacrifices, of course. But when you're passionate, you are inspired. When you inspired, you are motivated. And keep up this momentum, because that works, and that's a beautiful thing, to be inspired.
Absolutely. And I think that you've created a beautiful pathway for the other women, the other estheticians, even if you're not an esthetician, but you're a business owner, to kind of like grow and take it to the next level, step by step. Even when you fall, even when it's hard, there's always an opportunity to come back and do things differently, to take a chance, to take a leap of faith. So Lana, let's wrap up with this one final question. What is one fun thing that you love to do that nobody knows about?
I love my cats. I have
I've seen those little, they're so cute. They've got the,
I know.
Oh God,
it's a little different from everything, and I'm such a cat lady. I even have my beautiful tattoo with the cat lady.
That is so cute.
Yeah, I call them my little antidepressants, and it's something for my mind and my spirit. When I spend some time with them, it's just joy and love, and I love kitties, and that's what I do on my free time.
Beautiful. My grandma, Mamin, she loves to think. She loves cats. She will always have cats, and she loves fish. So she would always have an aquarium with all the little fishes would fly. She loves beautiful, colorful fishes. That she loves to look at them. She loves the cat. She says that it brings her joy. It's kind of like her, for like exactly like you, like for her heart, right? It brings her the joy. Seeing the cat doing something silly, or seeing the fish like swimming. So I totally get that. It's kind of the joy. So Lana, thank you so much for joining me today. What an absolute pleasure to have a conversation with you, to share about your journey in coming over here, what you've built, what you've taken, the turn, because you didn't start here, ta-da, here I am, right? You're like the next one and the next one. It's kind of like a lily pad,
and
jumping
learn from this. Sometimes people like, what's the mistakes you made? Or before I was thinking it's a mistakes, but now I'm looking back, it wasn't mistakes. It was just the steps to my success. We learn from it and we make it even better. So
absolutely. Thank you so much, Lana. And thank you everyone for joining our conversation today. Until the next episode, this is your host, Dr. Izdihar Jamil. Tell yourself, yes, I can. And so it is done. Lana, say goodbye to everybody.
Bye, everybody.
And for those of you who would love to share your voices on prestigious platforms, whether becoming a best-selling author, Forbes, TED, TV, magazines, check out izdiharjamil.com. Take care and may peace be upon you.